Okay, and I have a blue circle of death on my Facebook. Okay, there I am. Yay! Oh, look, and I just got informed on my phone that I went live on YouTube. That's great. Okay, so here I am, and I am live, and today we're going to talk about a lot of different stuff. I first want to apologize for the mess you see behind me, as I didn't do anything that I was going to do today or this week. Instead, I worked 48 hours. Not straight, just this week. I am so tired. But here I am doing my stream. Hi, Cece. You missed the Cece. And I have somebody on YouTube too, but I don't know who that is. Please say hi, because they don't tell me who's here. Neither one of them anymore. They don't tell me who's here. Okay, so updated news. I was going to live stream this on TikTok as well, but I can't because I don't have 1,000 followers yet. Evidently, that's the rule. So tell your friends, follow me on TikTok. Or don't. I don't care. Whatever. It's been a week. It has been a week. I have a family member struggling with a whole lot of health issues, and I have another family member struggling with a whole lot of health issues. And I'm in a very odd position for me where I don't get to do anything about either one. Like I literally just, there's nothing I can do. And I don't know how to do that. That's really tense for me. I know TikTok ought to get banned, but I still like it. And I'm still looking for a platform that is something else. And I don't know that there is one. And I'm probably going to end up keeping my YouTube. It just gets spotty. It gets spotty sometimes. So, yeah. But that's okay. I don't really have enough followers to complain. So I really should just suck it up and deal. As it is, I skipped like 3 weeks of this live stream and nobody noticed. So, this live stream is more for my sanity than anything else at this point. Gosh, I don't even know where to start. So the world is a scary place and it's kind of falling apart, and I don't like it. So I keep doing these. That's kind of my coping mechanism. What's yours? I'd love to hear your coping mechanisms. And speaking of coping mechanisms, today we're going to kind of talk about manifestations and spell work and ritual and energy work and the differences between all of that, which will lead us into a whole lot of other things. There's a place I want to start. But before I do any of that, I kind of want to talk about my blog. I haven't written in the blog in a while. I'm going to try to get back into that. I'm definitely going to put up a schedule. So if you want to see something, you need to tell me, and I will try to work it into my schedule. Right now, I am booked through August. Next week, I have homework for everybody watching or everybody who's going to watch or whatever. Next week, we're going to talk about self-care and how that relates to spirituality and that kind of thing. And then starting in August, I am going to start the daunting task of talking about dragons. August is Devin's birthday and several other people's birthday. I mean, there's a lot of people whose birthdays are in August. And most of them I know all have some weird fascination with dragons. So I am going to talk about dragons in September or in August. And I'm going to make it like a 4-part series. So we're going to talk about myth and lore and types and the spirituality behind it. And again, I see people joining me and I do not know who you are. Please say hi. Please say hi. And I know, Cece, I'm glad you're turning 21. It's very exciting. please let me know you're there, because I can see the number, but I don't get to see who you are anymore. It's not how Facebook changed all their stuff, and now I don't know. And YouTube never told me. So if you're watching me on YouTube, tell me. So yeah, now we're going to start with, I took off all my jewelry because it's so tiring. My job is awesome though. I would really like to keep it, and it's only a temporary job, and my last day is tomorrow, and that's terrible. Okay, so we're going to start with some definitions, because I had a conversation or two today with a couple of different people about what I wanted to talk about tonight. And a lot of things were brought up about like how to maintain a spiritual connection and blah. And it occurred to me that I'm still running into word problems. Hi, Amy. I miss you so much. Like, it's crazy. I miss you so much. Okay. So we're going to talk about different kinds of definitions. That's just where we're going to start. So number one, we're going to start with magic, M-A-G-I-C. I'm so tired. Magic, M-A-G-I-C. This is the really cool stuff you see in Vegas. Magic. Magic with a K is energy work. I mean, it really doesn't matter how you spell it. Illusions can be real. I mean, hey, look at you, Ren's here on our YouTube channel. No, not that kind of magic, Cece, stop that. So magic is magic. It kind of just is a blanket statement. And I want, no, don't do it that way. Stop it right now. My computer's kind of wonky today. I'm so sorry. It scrolled all the way back up and it took away Cece's comments. And that's not helpful. Hey, look at that. All right. Oh no, it just took away her comments. They're not even there anymore. Okay. So there's magic. Magic is the act of energy work, the act of spell work. Magic is not necessarily spirituality. Those are two different things. In my book. Now, please know all these definitions are my definitions, how it works in my world, and how I refer to them on my stream. And we go over them over and over again so that you understand how I work with them when I talk. So yeah, when I say I practice magic, or I practice the craft, or I practice witchcraft, when I talk about witchcraft, I'm talking spells and rituals. Magic is energy work, spells and rituals. Because spells and rituals are energy work. Because that's the way it is. So that's magic. Spirituality to me is very different to me than religion. A lot of people will go, "Are you spiritual?" And what they mean is, do you have a deity? And the answer is yes, I have deities. I have an S on that. Hi, Mary. I'm so glad you joined us. I have deities. I don't, that is my religion. My spirituality is the fact that I practice witchcraft. It is the fact that I do magic. It is the fact that I believe in the existence of the afterlife, that which dwells beyond the veil, and I commune with that which dwells beyond the veil, whether I want to or not. Sometimes loudly in the middle of the night. So for me, that's spirituality. It is things that have to do with the spirit. So I practice witchcraft and spirituality. Does that make sense? And on top of that, I am religious. Now we're going to talk a little bit about energy work and how that's different than magic or spirituality. So for me, magic, gosh, it's so hard to explain the different terms. But if I'm going to do a spell, and in a very short amount of time, I need to figure out how to do dragons and materials, because Cece brought up a good point earlier today that we want to talk about correspondences, and that's going to be a whole spell materials and correspondences and how to do actual spell versus ritual versus blah. That's going to be a whole week. That's probably going to be a 2-hour video, like the death was. Yeah, I'm sorry I'm very scatterbrained today. I got some bad news. A family member of mine was diagnosed with bad things, and another family member of mine has been diagnosed in the past, in the last couple of months, with bad things. And they're both coping in different ways with different things. And again, I can't do anything about it. It's just sitting in the back of my brain and ticking. Because there was a time in my life where I'd have gone, screw it, we're going to cast all the spells and do all the things, and that just hurts. And I'm not allowed to do those things anymore. I'm old. So we're going to talk about energy work and manifestation. So if you're on TikTok, there's this portion of TikTok called Witch Talk, or Witches of TikTok, or however you want to, thank you, Mary, however you want to discuss it. So Witch Talk is talking a lot about manifestation. And I had to look it up. And not manifestation. I know what manifestation is. I had to look up what they were talking about, because there are two sides of the Witches of TikTok. There are, but I commune directly with the gods, and the gods speak to me, and I am a messenger on earth. And then there are if you listen to this sound in this album, you will have astral projection and it will heal you. I guess there are 3 sides of TikTok. And then there's the third side that is really super awesome, that goes, hey, don't do that. Do this instead. And all 3 of them are talking about manifestation right now. I literally had a conversation while I was at work today, because I have a really cool job for today and tomorrow and all of this last week. Had this conversation with somebody about, she read on TikTok that somebody hexed the moon. I'm going to let that sink in for a minute. That there is a witch out there who believes that they hexed the moon and made moon energy tainted. Let me tell you a secret. If there was a mortal witch on this planet who was able to hex the moon and make moon energy tainted, we'd be looking at Merlin, maybe Morgana. We're talking manifesting dragons in the sky, okay? This is not a thing. Stop doing it. Just stop it. So she literally told her followers on TikTok that they could not make moon water and use moon energies for the next 28 days because it had to be cleared up. But that's okay. It's going to get fixed. And I'm like, okay, listen. I can't with these people right now, okay? Now, some of them are talking about manifesting their inner goddess, which I am 100% for. 100% for. Manifest your inner goddess. Manifest your inner god. I'm not sexist. Whatever you feel is inside you, whatever divine you feel, manifest that shit. So manifestation is the idea that whatever power you put out into the universe comes back to you tenfold. If you want a positive life, you cannot sit around and talk about how shitty your life is. Because if all you do is sit around and talk about how shitty your life is, that's all you're bringing to you, is that negativity. That's how it works. So manifestation is you putting forth the positive thoughts, the positive effort, the positive whatevers, and bringing that energy into your life. But in order to bring it into your life, you first have to bring it into you. And then you manifest it into your world. And in theory, a lot of these people, because they're not just women, it's very important, a lot of these people are right. If me and you and the other 3 people on this Facebook and the 3 people in my YouTube channel who still aren't talking to me, if we all got together and we all did the same, I'm going to manifest this energy in my life, in my world, in my day-to-day thing, and we treated everyone with the same love, kindness, and respect that we want for ourselves, then that will spread. It does. It's just the way it is. Hi, Jessica. I'm so glad you're here. If you... Now, they will tell you that in order to do the manifestation, there has to be a meditation. There has to be candles and incense and music. And if that's how it works for you, that's how it works for you. Cool. Do that. Does it have to be? No, it really doesn't. I've seen atheists do this. I have seen non-believers who cannot wield energy to save their lives do this. All it is you going, I refuse to be this person. I'm going to be this person instead. If you do it, that's how your life goes. Your reality is controlled by your mindset. People treat you the way you treat them. Now, I will say this does not always work 100%. There are people out there who are just assholes. There are people out there who are just going to be terrible people. And that's a fact. And I wish there was something we could all do about that. There's giant hexing of the moon. I'm sorry. I can't get over it. But yes, so if you treat people the way you want to be treated, that is how people treat you. If you treat everyone with respect, people start going, oh, maybe this person deserves respect. I am about to sneeze. Oh, or yawn. I don't know what that was. I'm sorry. Okay. So that's the ideas behind manifestation. Now, a lot of us are taught, a lot of us were taught in our youth when we started studying that manifestation needs the white candle. And the easiest way to start, if you have no idea how to manifest and you've never done it, you've never attempted it, I wish that I had more time and prep for this kind of thing. You take a candle, any candle, and you light it. People will tell you it needs to be white because white is concentration, it's purity, it's going to keep your pure thoughts, and you do your basic meditation. If you don't know how to do meditation, that will be another class. There will be that lesson. We're going to actually walk through a meditation and a cleaning of chakras and an energy aura cleansing week. Probably how we're going to start next week and then move into self-care and why it's important. Yeah. So, manifestation, you need to have a clear goal. You cannot just go, I'm going to manifest the world. No, stop it. You have to have a clear goal. My goal is always, I'm going to manifest not being my mom. I'm going to manifest not being an addict. That was a recent one. I guess 5 years ago was recent. I'm going to manifest getting a job. That needs to be my nearest one. My one right now that I should be working on, but I'm kind of slacking. And so right now, what I do every day is I get up in the morning and I check my email, and I obsessively check my email for jobs and the job sites and that's not very manifesting of me, and I need to really not. Oh, I am so sorry. I just got an update that one of my students is not watching tonight because they're moving. So, yeah. What I would do for a new job, I would use a green candle because that is money, wealth, that kind of thing. And I would put it on a plate, probably a ceramic plate because ceramic is porous. And then I would set it in front of me, and around it I would put coins and certain herbs that pronounce that grocery shopping. I will watch it later. Okay. Blessed be my sister. That's Tara telling me she can't sit and watch the live stream. Yeah, so I would start with a green candle. I would put coins and herbs that attract money on the plate around it. Then I would light the candle. I would use incense, probably at a scent that is attracting money, frankincense, myrrh, which is why Jesus was given frankincense and myrrh and gold, because these were things that attracted wealth and status and that kind of thing. And then I would stare into the flame. I would stare into the flame, and I would concentrate on the job I want. I would concentrate on what that job looked like, what area of town it is in, what I'd be making per hour, what kind of job it is. I mean, it seems silly, but I literally would just imagine this. And then I've already started kind of doing this. I ordered a big giant makeup kit. I'm only wearing business professional clothes this whole week. I've been doing my hair and makeup literally I have hair sticks in my hair for the first time forever. When have you guys ever seen me wear hair sticks? In fact, I put my hair in a bun when I came home. Let me show you something. When I went to work this morning, I did this thing that I haven't done in years, and I wish Tara were actually watching because she'd have been amazed. I scoop and flipped, and then I scooped and flipped, and my hair was done for work. And you can see my hair, and we got this cute little messy bun going on, and I'm wearing makeup, and I'm getting up in the morning, and I'm showering every day, and I'm wearing barrettes and hair and jewelry and makeup and dressing the part because that's the job I want. That's the job that's going to feed my family. That's the job that's going to get me the future that I want to have. So you start building today the person you want to be. And I tell my kids this every day, and my kids are so tired of hearing it. And I think that they would have been more receptive to the idea had I said, this is a spell and you're going to work it your entire life. I am working a temporary position through Express Professionals. Right now, I am a leasing agent at the Boathouse Apartments on the waterfront in Lake Oswego on the Willamette. And they are beautiful. And they have these wonderful studio apartments, and they're like $1,500 a month for a studio. Our most expensive property is $2,700, and I told that to a client today, and she went, "Oh yeah, that's kind of reasonable." And I was like, "What is wrong with you?" But I didn't say that to her. I went, "Yeah, I know." And then there's $160 for parking. A month. You rent a monthly parking space for $160. I would not live in these apartments. But yeah, it is a temp job, and I love it. And it is only 25 minutes from my house, and it is beautiful. And they have the greatest puppies, like the tenants. Not anyway. Yeah. So I literally have been working on how I walk, how I talk, how I look, because that's the business I want to get into. Therefore, that's the way I need to look, and that's manifestation. I tell my kids, I've told them since they were very little, if you want to be a certain type of person when you grow up, you have to be that person now. Because you don't wake up one day and that's just how the world is. You have to build the world that you want to have, and that creates the world you want to live in. Um, this goes straight into Black Lives Matter. This goes into equal rights for everyone. If you treat everyone on the planet the way you want to be treated, if you love everyone with the same, everything okay? Yeah. If you love everyone with the same love you expect to have everybody feel for you, that's how it manifests. It goes from you to the person you're spreading that love to the person they spread that love to, and it spreads and it manifests. And eventually, this enacts change. Now, I'm not saying that the protests downtown don't work. I'm not, because they do. But you have several people of a lot of different races standing down there going, I love my brothers and sisters, and I will not let you treat them this way. That's manifestation. That is a large group of people standing up for the rights of everyone around there and manifesting what they want in their world. Like Apocalypse Mom just put in the chat, hi, in the YouTube chat, be the change you want to see in the world. That is manifestation. Now, there are spells. There are 1,000 spells. I just bought this huge book. It's gorgeous. I love it so much. It is literally called the Encyclopedia of 50,000 Spells. It is literally 50,000 spells. It is amazing. I got it from the magic shop that Cece works at. And I will be buying more there, I promise, because it's a very small business and they are running very cool witchy stuff. And and they sell on consignment, Apocalypse. And I'd like to see some of Kathy's product in there. I'm betting it would be amazing. We'll have to hook you up. That being said, there are spells that will help you manifest. There are herbs that you burn while you're meditating that will put you in the mindset of this. It puts your energies towards this focus, because that's what herbs are. That's what the candles do. Please, please, please visit us. We're lonely people and we love you. So, this is a fact. Okay. Certain herbs, certain actions, like the makeup. When I put on makeup and I do my hair, I feel pretty. I feel businesslike when I wear certain clothes. I feel like when I do certain things and dress a certain way, speak a certain way, that I am a certain type of person. Therefore, your mind is set that way. Therefore, you speak that way. Therefore, these things happen. If I were dressed in, and I've proven this theory, I don't know if anybody watching the stream would remember. It is the biker boots, jeans, leather jacket, hair in a ponytail, sunglasses, cigarette hanging out of my mouth, black lipstick. Makes me a bitch. All I have to do is put that outfit on and I become uber trash. I don't even have to get high. I'm just a bitch. I can wear just the boots and I just become hostile and violent. It's manifestation. So there's that. That's manifestation. Spells direct energy. It's all it is. People will tell you, I know a spell for that. You need to do a spell this way. You need to make sure that the herbs are right, that the jars are right, that the candles are right, that the moon is in a certain phase and you have to be facing east and you have to, I used to hold to all these things. Certain spells can only be done on the dark of the moon. Certain spells have to be done at the waxing and the waning and It is exhausting keeping track of all of that. Now, I will say there are spells. There are absolutely spells that have to be done that way. That is a fact. Depending on how big the spell is, it has to be done that way. You would not do a fertility spell in a waning moon or the waxing moon as it's going away. See, I can't even tell you right now because my brain is fried and I'm tired. You would not do a fertility spell. I will not do the spells to draw jobs to me as the moon is fading away, after it's full, before it's new, because that is the time of closure, and that doesn't help you bring new things. And I'm crazy about other things like that too. I will not help people do spells if they're going to be intoxicated in any way. I know that's super, it seems hypocritical of me, as I did a lot of spells super high and super drunk. But that was 5 years ago, and I know better now. And I know what it did to my body and my mind and my energy and my aura to do those spells in that situation, and why I'm so screwed up now. Has a lot to do with it. So you have to be in the right mind frame to do the spell. Intent is a powerful, powerful tool. Intent is half your magic, at least. Your energy has to know where it's being directed, and if your mind is going astray, you're not directing your energy correctly. If your mind is under the hallucinogen power of some substance and you are imagining sea turtles strapped together with bamboo, you're not focusing. You need to make sure that you're able to focus where you need to be able to focus. So there's manifestation. There is the I will be the change. I will change what needs to be changed, and there's spell work. I'm going to manifest this effect I want with this certain spell as a focal point. Or I'm going to do a timed spell. Timed spells are fun. Please note, I did not say time spell. I said timed, as in I'm going to create a spell at the full moon, but it's not going to take effect until the new moon. And it's literally just going to sit in sacred space and boil and bluster, and just build its own energy. It's like creating a mana battery. Mana being the energy you spend on spells. Not my sister. So timed spells are fun. You create them, you let them sit, and they go off on their own. And they build their own energy, which are very cool and cannot be done in a manifestation way. Manifestation is an intent every day, all the time. Think about it. This is what I want to do. This is what I want to do. This is what I want to do. Or at certain times, I'm going to spend a week doing this, and then I'm going to spend a week taking off. Then I'm going to spend a week doing this, and then I'm going to spend a week taking off. Because don't exhaust yourself trying to manifest your destiny. It's not going to happen. And then there are rituals. Rituals are vastly different than spells, and I cannot say this enough. A ritual is not a spell. A spell is not a ritual. A spell is a thing you do when you create sacred space, and then you do a thing with an intent. This is exactly what I want this to do, and only this. Thank you. Then you close your sacred space, then you let the spell sit, or you accept it and you let it go, or however you're going to make that work. That's a spell. A ritual is something you do to honor your world. Let me say it one more time. A ritual is something that you do that honors your world. It honors the changing of the season. It honors the season that you're in. It honors your deities. It honors the people around you, the people in your coven, the full moon, the new moon, the month, the day, the year. I don't care what it is. You could be honoring Bob down the street. That's a ritual. Coming of age is a ritual. It's not a spell. It doesn't automatically make you an adult. And I just threw a ring because I was fidgeting. Coming of age doesn't automatically make you an adult. It acknowledges that you have reached the time where you're supposed to start thinking of being an adult, which is why when we did the coming of age for a certain young lady who's now in the Navy, she is in the Navy and where she should be going. Whereas I did a coming of age for another young man that I know did not go as well. Holidays are considered rituals. That's why we call them rituals. That's why we go, this is a tradition, this is a ritual. Ren asked, I'm sorry, on the YouTube, if holidays are considered rituals. The whole idea of putting up a tree. If your family puts up a tree on Christmas Eve and only on Christmas Eve, that's your family's ritual. If it is tradition for everybody to get together and do it all at the same time, that is a ritual. If you can't put the icing on your fruitcake, or you can't put the star on the top of the tree because Bob's not there yet to do it because he always does it, that's ritual. It may not be spiritual, it may not be religious, it may not even be energy manifestation. It's still ritual. Ritual is called ritual because it's done the same way all the time. Ritual is done with, I call the corners, I create a sacred space, or I welcome everyone into my home. Same thing. We sit down, we hang out, we talk, we discuss our intent and why we're here. Then we have a meal or cakes and ale. Then we do whatever it is we came to do. Then I tell everybody goodbye and I wish them well on their journey, i.e. I close the circle. Same 5 steps for every ritual I've ever done. I welcome people in, I call the corners, I call the elements, I invite my God and Goddess. I say why we're here. We discuss what we're doing. We do some kind of toast to the land, toast to the liquid, cakes and ales. We do our intent, whatever it is we're going to do for that ritual, because every ritual should have an activity involved in it, celebrates the time or the year or the person or whatever, and then we tell everybody goodbye and we send everybody home. Ding, 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 ritual. Rituals are easy to outline and they're easy to walk. So when some people call some rituals demonic rituals, are they really rituals or are they spells? Oh no, totally, I can do a demonic ritual. I've done demonic rituals. It's just a matter of who you're inviting in and what the intent of the ritual is. Like I said, rituals are there to honor your world. If your world is demonic, I'm sorry, don't do that. There are dark rituals out there. They are, hey, come in, let's mess some shit up, and then you can go home. And they're not as good, not as happy, but they're out there, absolutely. So like I said, there's a vast difference between magic, spirituality, and religion. Religion has rituals, a lot of rituals. Everything has rituals. Brushing your teeth has rituals. You do it the same way every time. But if your religion calls for a certain type of thing all the time, a lot of Christians have rituals they don't even realize. Every Christian church I've ever been to does the same thing. You go in Sunday morning, you say hi to the pastor, you say hi to everybody around you, you sit down in your pews or the chairs or however your congregation gathers. You sit there, you sing a couple of songs, the minister speaks, you sing a couple more songs, you take communion. See, I forgot that, which effectively is cakes and ales. You take communion, maybe speak some more, maybe even dedicate some people to the church. Then everybody gets up, you pray, but that's all part of welcoming God to your, that's for me. Just for me, please, I'm the Christians in my group, I'm not trying to be offensive, I swear to God. And then you all get up and you say your goodbyes and you go. This is ritual. It's the same 5 steps I just described. It's just different for everyone. I know lots and lots of people who do not do ritual the way I do ritual, but they follow those 5 steps. I know that people invite people into their houses to come over and have game night, they follow those 5 steps. Ritual doesn't have to be religious. Ritual doesn't have to be spiritual. Ritual is a gathering. Ritual is to honor. Ritual is to be. Spell work, which is usually why spell work is usually more private. Spell work is an intent. Spell work is this is what we're doing and why. Or these are the questions I'm asking and how do I get the answers. That can also be spell work. Energy work is spell work. Energy work can be ritual. That's why holidays are exhausting, because that's all energy work. Dealing with people is energy work. But very rarely is rituals manifestation. But spell work is usually manifestation. So am I explaining the differences here well enough for you guys to understand what I'm trying to say? Please let me know in the comments, because I'm feeling like I'm just babbling in circles. Ren says, so rituals you do for yourself could be part of self-care. So yes. Gosh, how do I explain this? If you do the same thing for yourself every morning, you get up, brush your teeth, shower, dress, however you do it every day the same way, then yes, that's a ritual. That is honoring yourself. That is honoring your world. Yeah. Cece, do you understand what I'm saying? Please answer me. So yeah, that is my talk about manifestation. I really like the idea of manifestation. I just don't believe cleaning my kitchen before I can prepare food. Is that a ritual? Is it? I will say yes, Apocalypse. You especially. I've seen how you clean. I believe that you, like many of the people I know, are kitchen witch, and therefore, your act of you have to have a clean spot in order to cook the food, because the food has to be prepared a certain way with a certain amount of feeling in it. That is ritual. Ritual can create a sacred space that leads to the manifestation of the healthy foods, the manifestation of whatever you're going to work on. So sometimes I will do ritual to create the sacred space and honor the world I'm in, close the ritual, and begin spell work. Those of you who have been with me when I do the new moon rituals, the full moon rituals, we will do the ritual itself. I'll close the live stream, pull out my tarot cards, pull out my whatever else. We'll start charging stones, we'll charge jewelry, we'll charge whatever. Because the sacred space is already here, we've already done the ritual and the intent. So now that I've got the energy built, and before I release it all, I'm going to use it in manifestation, in spell work, in whatever. Then I'm going to release it, and we're all going to be exhausted the next day. So yes, absolutely. Cleaning your kitchen, cleaning your house before people come over, that's all ritual. Weirdly, prepping for game the right way can be ritual. But all these things have intent. Intent is the most important. Intent, consent. I'm missing the third one. It ends in "ent" though. I just bit my tongue. I saw it somewhere on Witches of TikTok, and I loved it, and I really wanted to use it in a live stream, and I wish I had saved it. Consent, intent. I don't remember what the last one is. Gosh darn it. But it very much was about, these are the 3 tiers of doing this kind of work. Going back to CC and the demonic rituals. I do not believe, in my personal opinion, that the demonic, I don't like the word demonic. So most religions, no, most of Christianity calls the demonic anything that comes from the realms of hell or of Satan or that kind of thing. Whereas the Japanese, the Asian cultures, they just call the demonic something otherworldly. Leslie Warren, who is like a weird personal idol of mine. That's not even her name. Her name is Lorraine. I am so sorry. I have had this on my mind. I need to find Leslie, and I don't necessarily want to do it because I don't think I'm going to like what I'm going to find. Lorraine Warren describes the demonic as a spirit who has never known a human soul or a human existence. It is not a human soul, but it is a ghost spirit type thing. It is an entity or a spirit that has never known human existence, human life, but wants to, and that just scared the crap out of me. Apocalypse, he pulled a U. Right there. Right there. I did not hear him coming at all. And then suddenly I'm talking about entities and spiritualities and demonic presences, and Tim walked behind me with no sound. So, oh God, and there's Jay. God.
At least I said something.
When you were there, not back there, and I didn't see you.
Next time?
No, I just didn't see you cross at all because I had my eyes covered and I was talking about demonic presences. Then suddenly you were talking next to me.
Should I announce my presence every time I enter a room?
Maybe. So Jay's here. She says hi. See, I told you. So the Warrens describe demonic presence as something that's never been human but wants to be. So demonic is not always evil. Evil is not always demonic. It's a thing we do. It is a thing you do.
Sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. I threw a ring.
Yeah, I'm
It's somewhere down here.
Focus.
She literally just yelled at me. That reminds me of my dream. I'm going to tell you about it at the end of this stream. So I think that ritual is ritual. Much like magic, spell work, manifestation. It's neither good nor bad. It's neither light nor dark, but it is entirely dependent on your intent. If you intend to do bad things, it's going to be a bad ritual. I hope that answers questions and things. There are so many people here. Okay, so I've got 5. Hello. Blake, check the time, babe. Okay, so told me he couldn't be part of my live stream because he was too busy, but has time to sit and chat with me. Okay. I have 5 people. Yeah, he is in my YouTube, and only 3 of them are talking to me. And I have 3 people in my Facebook. Now I have 2 people on Facebook. Somebody ran. I will find you. Yeah. So I hope. No, it's a cat. Well, it's a kitten. Tobians are a thing. I hope I've answered the questions. Do you have any questions about manifestation that you don't think I've covered yet?
I don't know.
Because you haven't been watching. Okay.
I'm sorry.
No, that's okay.
I was dealing with my emotions.
You were dealing with other things, other and very important things.
But no, I didn't have any questions.
Okay. So I might later in the week. There's going to be some other things. Thursday, I'm doing a interview on this channel with the Terra person, like the ones I did with Apocalypse Mom and the Josie lady and Steven. So
did you see? I get belly rubs.
So here, I got to show you what we're oogling over. Come here, honey. This is Munch, and he's purring. super loud.
My cat's on.
And this is Jay's kitten, and he's kind of a jerk.
That's the point.
And we call him Munch because he eats everything. But he has been laying next to me this whole time, and he won't let me touch his head. You have to get him over that. You gotta make him let you touch his head.
But he lets me touch his head.
Okay.
See? It's just you.
Yeah, he won't let me touch his face.
It's just you.
Oh, what was the homework? Oh, okay. I need you to, this actually will tie directly into next week. I need all of my people. I hope Cece didn't leave. She always leaves just before I give out the homework. She does that in class too. So, I need you to tell me what you do for self-care and what you do spiritually or religiously, or like, do you pray every day? Do you clean your kitchen before you cook? These kind of things. Is this a... What are your rituals? That's what I want to know. What do you perceive after this talk that you do on a regular basis that would be considered a ritual or spell work or self-care? Because next week we're going to talk about self-care and how it relates to energy work and whether or not it is ritual, spiritual, or manifestation. So that is my talk for today. Does anybody have any questions?
Try not to die.
Okay, don't die.
I said try not to hurry.
Okay, well, I guess that is my talk then. So like, subscribe, spread the message, ring the bell, and boost the signal. And why do we boost the signal? Because you can't stop the signal now. And someday it'll come back, I promise. What time next week? I am going to shoot for 6 o'clock. I'm trying to find the golden hour for you guys. So 5 o'clock seems to be too early because I get no one at 5 o'clock at all. But 8 o'clock is very late, and I only get very few people. So 8 o'clock is too late. 5 o'clock is too early. So I'm thinking maybe 6. I really should just cut the difference and do 7 because everything I've ever done, all of my parties, all of my games, everything just starts at 7. So I should just suck it up and do 7. What do you guys think? Let me know. Write me a private message, leave messages here, send me a carrier pigeon. I mean, that'll be harder, but whatever you need to do. Let me know what time you guys think is best on Sundays. And if Sundays even work. I mean, I'm willing to possibly. That is why that's freaking me out. Yeah. Ren says 7. So yeah, that might be a working theory. All right. So let me know, and I will work with that, and I will work around that. Sundays work really well for me if I am not working 48 hours straight through a week. They asked me if I could work 7 days in a row, and I was like, oh, it's just sitting in an office. It shouldn't be that hard. I am so tired. Whew. And all I do is sit and play on my Facebook because they literally were like, answer the phone if it rings, write down and take messages, and on the computer so people outside think you're doing something. I'm like, oh. Literally, I'm checking my email and applying for jobs and playing on my Facebook, and I come home exhausted every single night. It's crazy. Anyway, I love you all, and I will see you next week. I'm going to do an interview on Thursday, and I might do a manifestation spell, and if I do, I'll video it. I'll live stream it. But I have to get stuff together for that to work. So probably Wednesday. Maybe Tuesday or Wednesday, I'll do the spell, and then Thursday we'll do the interview with Tara. And also Tuesday, I'm going to try, maybe tomorrow night, I'm going to try to sit down and actually write out a blog, and it'll be super long, and then I'll try to update the calendar online. And I'm going to try really hard to keep the calendar up to date. For those of you who come in late, Mary and Ren and Apocalypse, we're going to do dragons all through August. It's going to be like a series about dragons through August. We're going to do myth and lore and types and energy works and Asian dragons versus European dragons versus the whole thing. And what I really want to do is like, who do we think would win? Asian versus European. Like, it'll be awesome. And hopefully maybe I'll get Devin to chime in what his 2 cents are, being our dragon in the family hoarder. I mean, he's not. Thank you. That's super helpful. Please ignore everything you're about to read. Stop it. You know you're not supposed to be up there. You're a little poop head. All right. Goodbye. I love you all. Have a good night. Are the European dragons... See, now she stopped me and I have to answer this question. I mean, I will answer it through August, but that is a really good question. Are the European dragons gods? Some of them? Question mark. That will have to be that will be a discussion, because I don't think Tiamat and Baphomet considered European dragon. I think they're actually Asian, as I think they're actually Persian or Babylonian. So yeah, I will do a whole bunch of research, and that's just what I'm going to be doing for the next, I don't know, month. All right. Good night. I love you guys. Sleep well. Dream in color. Enjoy the sweet dreams and the rest and the winds. And there's a whole thing there, and that's a whole other story. I didn't tell you about my dream. Gosh darn it. Okay. Have a good night. If you want to hear about my dream, PM me or private message me.